Yo, yo. Am I frozen or? I think we're good. I think finally the Streamlabs thing worked. What up, bro? What up, Brian? What up, Eric? What up, Xander, Chin, Jeff, Isaiah, Noah, Bon? Sean, I missed probably the last month or so of streams, but I'm back tonight. Welcome, my friend. No worries. Is my music not working? There we go. I think I got it. Let me know if it's too loud. What's up, Regina? Seth Begley. Bon Rogers, that looks like a sick car to drive. What up, Kevin? Justin Walker, let's go. Stoke Squad. Tyler Cole, hey, baby. What up? It is cold at the moment. Serg Flow, sup, good to see Luna doing better. Not really sure what to say about Luna at the moment. I swapped out the part today and the stuff's still not really working. Was just rewatching Revel Stoke episode and it's so much fun. Almost missed the live stream. Thanks, Regina. I appreciate you watching and stopping by the live stream. That's like a double. Give me fuel, give me fire. Austin Kent says, hey, don't shave. I did shave this morning. I had a big beard. Not really big, but I definitely was a little bit more fuzzy, but had to take it down so I'm a little bit quicker in the race car. I don't like when the first few days after I shave, I definitely look pretty rad. Not in a good way. Isaiah says, just skip 2 days of school to ski some POW. That is sick, dude. I got your clips, man. Looks good up there. I think you guys are supposed to be getting more, maybe? I don't know. Jeff E says, cliffs at Revelstoke are no joke. Glad you skied smart and stayed safe. Yeah, cliffs, I feel like all season has just been an effort of mitigating cliff danger. Even if you guys remember from California back in middle of December going at like Sugar Bowl and stuff. I mean, it's like... And then... obviously, like the Palisades stuff and Mammoth, like this whole season has just been a practice of not skiing off cliffs, and it obviously doesn't get any better when you get up to Revelstoke. So Revelstoke, and I notice a lot of stuff in, well, of the resorts I've went to, they don't really mark them the same way the U.S. does. U.S. typically will have signs or ropes or something, and they're definitely not as intense in terms of letting people know where there's cliffs and stuff like that. So it's very lawless out here, is the way I would describe it, right? From the driving on the roads to parking to just about everything else. It is a lot less, kind of like a free-for-all. Get more beardy. It'll come. Give me like a week. I'll come back. How long have you been racing? About 8. I raced about 8 years, and then I took some years off, and then this is my second season back in it. So I had raced karts in between. So I mean, from start to finish, over 10 years at this point, almost 13, 14 years of racing. How Luna feeling? It's complicated. It's like, I mean, for the most part, everything is great. Like mechanically, she's ripping. Like everything in the van works properly. The heater's been cranking. It's just this battery charger, and I swapped it out this morning with a brand new one, and it's still not working. So I called the company and was on the phone with them for like 30, 40 minutes today, and they make it seem like what's going on is what's supposed to be happening. I just don't see why it changed from what it was before. So I don't really know what to make of things right now. It's just weird that it just stopped acting the way it had been, and I hadn't changed anything. So been nuking an Angel Fire. Let's go. Is that like New Mexico, I think? Or yeah, New Mexico. Found the Puffy Armada hat. So jealous. Let's go. That hat's sick. I was wearing that today, actually. What up, Nuno? Oh, Xander with the 15. I wanted to be your Valentine. Who said you weren't my Valentine, dude? Thank you for the 15, man, but we could still be Valentines. If not, we can set it up for 2024. We can be 2024 Valentines. You start moving in Saturday through Wednesday. Yeah, it looks like a lot of places are going to get a nice little refresh. Maybe a little bit more than little, but... Hitting Crested Butte, Silverton, and Tulare for the next 2 weeks. Would be going to them anytime soon. I don't know, man. Not really sure. If anything, I would be there like in the second half of March, but just not sure if I'll make it out that way. I mean, I would like to, because it looks like they have like some good snow out there, especially Telluride. But shit, that's a sweet lineup you got. What up, Pharaoh? Canada more free than the U.S. confirmed. Keep rocking, Lucas. Gotta head out. Have a great night. Thanks, bro. See you later, man. Wait, you're in the FU part of Canada? Like what, the interior of BC? Is that the FU part of Canada? It is pretty beastly, especially Revelstoke and stuff. Like Revelstoke to Golden, that's pretty gnarly. Voltage regulator. I mean, I think it could be something with the charge controller, but that like in essence is controlling what happens to my batteries. But I just don't know why it just would stop working the way it had been. I hadn't changed anything. It's been working for like 2 years, and I woke up and it just stopped working. So I don't know if like the alternator on the van is going, and so like something weird is. I don't know. I don't really know what to make of it. I think the only way to really find out what's going on is to just like rip my batteries down to basically 0 and see if the charger kicks into charge. That's basically what the company said, was the charger won't initiate until you get to a certain voltage level on your batteries, on your house batteries. So, but it never used to do that. The charger would charge my batteries if I was 90% charged or 95% charged, like, but they made it sound like the charger isn't supposed to charge the batteries until you get down to a certain voltage. And I've never had the batteries down. They said not to like 12.5 volts, which is, I've never had them down that low. So I think it's kind of a weird system. So I think I might just let it rip and just see what happens. Yeah, I'm flying out of Calgary tomorrow to Orlando, Florida, and then back to Calgary. So I'm currently like in a Walmart in Calgary that's right next to like this bus station. So there's tons of people around the van. I got Starlink set up in the parking lot. But yeah, flying from Calgary to Orlando, Florida, and back. So kind of a gnarly flight. Been super sick for the last 4 to 5 days, hoping to be back on the mountain for Friday. That's tough, man. It is the worst to try to ski when you're sick, so it sounds like you're taking the time off, so good for you, man. Bon with the 20 says, some love for Luna. Thank you, Bon. I appreciate that, man. Luna is doing all right. We'll be good. We'll get through it. We just got to figure it out. I mean, if it wants to be sunny, that'll definitely help us out, but it seems like there isn't much sun up here in the winter, so we could make it work. It's just the production side of things would decrease a lot, which you guys have seen, just because I just don't have the same firepower to be able to handle everything I need it to. So we're gonna keep on rocking. 2024 Valentine's. DC says, what's up, squad? Just clocking out. Damn, dude, another late day, it seems like. Heading to Rio Duso next, then back to Colorado to use this epic. Rio Duso? Is that a mountain? What is that? What up, Isaac Aston? Asteen? Where do you race? I wish it was a good track in Salt Lake. Kind of race all over the country, really. From California to Florida to Wisconsin, New York. I mean, over my career of racing, I've raced at lots of tracks in the US and Canada, so it's a national thing. But there's a great track in Tooele, Utah, called Utah Motorsports Campus. They don't really have as many like pro events anymore, but they definitely have a lot of good stuff going on through the year. So I don't know where you are in Utah, but it's a legit facility. So if you're looking to, I don't know what you're trying to do, but there's definitely a track in Salt Lake. You should check it out. Do you have a favorite circuit? Yeah, I mean, I'd say they're like Virginia International Raceway, Watkins Glen. Sebring's a lot of fun. I enjoy Road America a lot as well. But if I had to narrow it down to one, either VIR or Watkins Glen, probably. Just because you get a lot of... VIR and Watkins are very technical, high-speed tracks with elevation change. Or Mossport, Canadian Tire Motorsport Park in Toronto. That's a really sick track as well. But yeah, there's definitely tracks that I prefer over others, no doubt. And tracks that different driving styles excel at and whatnot, so... Yeah, DC's got it. There's a good one. Utah Motorsports Park. Lucas, you going to Jackson this season? Would love to see some Corbett's action. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to Jackson. I mean, I might. But you know, I will say, apart from the drop, I think Corbett's is very overrated, to be honest. Like, the chute itself is like something like 30 degrees. I think that the allure to it is obviously what you guys see, like Kings and Queens, but the actual skiing of Corbett's, I think, is rather dull compared to some of the other stuff we've done. I mean, you guys just want to see me launch myself into it like 30, 40 feet. But yeah, I think the accolade is getting into it. I am with Google. Nice skiing this season. Thank you. What up, Brecken? Brecken? I feel like I heard like a noise pop or something. That's the average time you get up? I get, well, 6 o'clock. Yeah, you work long days though, man. You're up early and like you stay late. That's tough. And you're outside like all day or most of it. Gonna hit Crested and Breck and Keystone plus some others. Sick, dude. Crested, Breck, Keystone. It's gonna be a gnarly trip, Justin. Yo, Lucas gonna heat up that race track again. I'm gonna try, man. We're gonna see what we can do. I mean, I'd like to think we'll do better this year because we have a whole year under our belts and you know, understand the car setup a bit more and everything else like that. So I think we're looking to come out a lot stronger than we did at the start of last season. I mean, last year the goal was a championship right from the start, but just having a second year is huge. And I mean, before last year, I didn't race the car in like 5 or 6 seasons, so we jumped right back into it pretty heavily. So I think to end up where we did after all that time off, and we're doing this without a proper, you know, pro driver coach and stuff like that. Like, we're doing this really very, very small privateer team compared to a lot of these other guys in the paddock. So we're kind of constantly the underdog. And so I think if we can consistently be on the podium again and get a few wins. I mean, I think I would like to say we were one of the most consistent drivers last season, just in terms of being always up at the front of the field, but you got to get that extra 10th or 2 to actually win. So it should be a great summer race season, everything like that. And we're doing our first sort of unofficial test this weekend, so it'll be good to just get back in the cars and figure them out. Watkins super sick to watch. When you racing this year? You know what? Unfortunately, we're not going to Watkins this year. It sucks because that was like my home track because I grew up in upstate New York, but they replaced it, I guess, because NASCAR owns IMSA and NASCAR owns Watkins Glen. There was some sort of political crap with IMSA and the track, so they're not going there, and we're going to the Formula One track in Austin, Texas this year instead. So that'll be a fun track. I like racing there. It's just you don't have the same scare factor there because it's such a big track. There's so much runoff because it's got to be safe for the Formula One cars. But so we're actually not going to Watkins this year, which is a total bummer. A little late to the party and dinner with meat sauce. That sounds good, man. I gotta find some food after this. Just been snacking all day, but I need like a proper dinner. Why don't you like Little Cottonwood anymore? I love Little Cottonwood. I think it is atrocious to get up the canyon on a good snow day. I really do. I think it's very difficult to score. You know, if it snows, like you gotta be waiting at the mouth of the canyon by like 6:30, and then still you're going like an hour just to get there. And I love Little Cottonwood. I think it's probably the best place still that I've been to for skiing in terms of snow quality, amount of snow, terrain. I just think it's very tough to get up there, and that's all. I mean, I've no gripe with the Cottonwoods. I mean, it's sick. Yeah, same cars last year, Jeff. Yep, same BMW M2 for now. We do have the BMW M4, their new GT4 car that BMW Motorsport came out with, and so we are going back and forth right now because we have our order supposedly being delivered in March. So the team is thinking of taking delivery of it and preparing for a GT4 effort. We're not really sure yet, but for now, we're definitely committed to a full season of TCX racing again. We're just trying to plan for the next move up with the new car, but But I don't know exactly where they stand with that, to be honest. Any chance the racing pit team? Any changes to the racing? Oh, pit team? No, not right now. We still have Tyler Alden and Clinton as sort of the tire guy, truck driver, everything like that. So small team. We would like to expand. If we do move up to GT4, we're going to be picking up an extra guy or two to help with that whole thing. And but for now, we're going to keep rocking with the same crew. So looks gonna first mirrorless. How do you feel about the Canon EOS R? I think that is a great camera. That's what I live stream on now, and that was the camera that I used for I would say like 90% of my YouTube channel. I used it that was the camera I was using before I upgraded to the R6. I think it's a great camera for a lot of things. The R6 was definitely a great upgrade to the R in terms of what it allows, but if you really want something that's video orientated, I think it does the trick. The things I don't like about it is that it shoots 8-bit color compared to a 10-bit. So, I don't even want to say quality, but just sort of the, I guess the final image I think can be a bit lackluster compared to some of these newer ones because there's just less color information. And like in 4K, the EOS R, it crops a lot. So depending if you're planning on shooting 4K a lot, that might be an issue for you. But, I never really use 120 frames per second until I got this camera again and started using it more. But it shoots 1080 60, beautiful 8-bit image, takes great photos. So I think it's a great camera. I think it's still a great value. They did just come out with the R7, I think, which sounds like a great deal as well. But the only bummer with that camera is that they're using like these other batteries, and the battery life apparently is pretty rough. Sonoma, yeah, we're gonna be going to Sonoma March 31st, like April 2nd. It's our first race, first 2 rounds of the season. Where does Whistler rank with your favorite mountains? Also, remember you're saying you've been to Alaska. What about that resort? Look, Whistler's sick. Like, objectively, there's no doubting that the terrain there is sick, just because there's so much terrain that you have so many options of great terrain. I think I didn't get to ski the peak chair, right? I was there for 2 days. There's a whiteout for both days, so I didn't really have the best conditions. And I think it's so hard to rank resorts because everyone has like a bias based on their experience there. So, I'm not going to sit here and say it's not a sick resort, because it is. I think there's an element of it's a little bit overhyped, in my opinion. I think the lines there are also just horrific. I think to sit in lines and expect 30, 45 an hour long waits at chairs, I think that definitely dampens the ski experience for sure. But the terrain there, I think, is bar none. I honestly don't think I'd put it. It's not like in my top 3. I don't even think it's in my top 5 for mountains, to be honest. Remember seeing been to Alaska? What about Alaska? Is a legit resort. Been there a long time ago. I think it was 2018. Very steep terrain, very steep stuff. It's very low. It's like 3,000 feet above sea level. But Alyeska is kind of another one, like a Snowbird, or it's a real skier's mountain. It's in Girdwood, Alaska. Super rad terrain there. Kind of reminds me of like an A basin in a way. So if you guys ever have the opportunity to go up there, there's a great lodge there. Like, you can do heli skiing or cat skiing right out of the whole lodge there. So Alyeska is sweet. Trust the process has been absolutely. Are you gonna vid races like skiing? Yeah. We made a handful of race vlogs last season as well, and I kind of did some race breakdowns. I just think they're harder for people to digest a little bit. They're harder to film, especially like the racing side of things, because if you don't really know racing, it might, it'll come across as boring a little bit, and then I'm just like driving around. But I'm gonna try to, my plan is to vlog the racing. I mean, that's what I do in the summer. So, are you racing the same cars last year? Yeah, Jerry, I am. Doing clips today. Yeah, I got a handful of clips here, really from Devin and Isaiah. Do you record your races? Yeah. They're recorded. They're live streamed on YouTube. there's honestly really good coverage of the races, and I try to make my own vlog out of it as well to kind of give like an inside look from our perspective. So yeah, there's vlogs from racing as well from last year. I've done like lap breakdowns where I've actually went through like a lap turn by turn to like talk about what's going on with it. So Coda is a sweet track for sure. It's a sweet track. I'm curious to see how it's going to race with the M2 because it's going to be so draft heavy. But it's a fun track. I've always enjoyed racing there. I'm on Long Island. Have you been down there much? Not really, no. Brian with the Y gifted 5. This just in. Hemsky, Igor, Garrett, Blake. Welcome to Stoke Squad. Brian, thank you for gifting the 5, my friend. What's your go-to workout for skiing? I honestly don't have anything tailored for skiing specifically. I mean, I've always just done almost like a traditional bodybuilding type of workout split where I'm doing basically a chest, back, shoulders, arms, and legs is kind of how I always structured my workouts. So I think when I do legs, I'm doing a lot of rear squats, front squats, leg extension, leg curls, and I do a lot of lower back strengthening as well, core stuff. I don't think there's any substitute for squats, but at the end of the day, the best workout for skiing is just to ski because you still can't really get the same dynamic movements that you do when you're skiing. But yeah, a stronger athlete is a better athlete, and I will live and die by that sword. It's just kind of been how I've always been raised. And one of the biggest, probably the biggest thing I've missed so far is working out. Like being in the van a lot this winter, like not being able to work out has been as consistently as I used to. Like that's been tough. So I'm very much looking forward to getting back and being able to work out every morning again. Virginia says last season's races were great. You're so close to the top. I'm sure you'll be again a top contender this year. I know. I'm hoping so. We're gonna see. They're bringing in another car to the class. I think the Civics are racing with us too. So we're gonna see that kind of opens up the door to a little bit of balance of performance type things and stuff like that. So, but I definitely expect this to be up at the top for sure. Are you testing at Sebrings? Everyone and their mom is testing it right now. I'm testing there Friday and Saturday. The reason why everyone's there right now is because it's an official IMSA 2-day test session for the 12 hours. So yeah, everyone who is running the 12-hour is going to be at Sebring right now. So, but I'm going to be there Friday and Saturday. Coda's sick. Help build that track. That's sick, dude. Yeah, it's a great infrastructure. Like, it's a cool venue to be close to Austin as well, like that. Mark with the 10. What up, Lucas? Back at the M2. Looking forward to race content post epic winner season for you so far. Here's to Luna. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it, man. Back in the M2 is right. Should be good. Last time I was in the M2, I wrecked, so it's going to be a nice redemption drive. Those M4s are super sweet. It's hype. Yeah, the M4s are beautiful, and the way that BMW Motorsport built the race car, it's just like next level. Like the cockpit, the way they position the driver in the pedal box, it's just like it's nuts to see the technology in those race cars. So nature of little conwood results massive avalanche change on the road, so they often do control well into the morning. Yeah, for sure. What up, Lucas? Let's see more race videos. How are you feeling about this winter in terms of snowfall conditions as opposed to last? From Haddad TV. I mean, I think it's hard to. I mean, it's been the best season in terms of snowfall that I remember my whole life. I mean, there hasn't really been a season that's been better than this that I've been able to enjoy as much as I have. If the season was better, I was in college and I skied 5 days a year, or I was a younger kid. But to be doing like a 100-day season essentially in this sort of conditions, it's like the best. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know when we're gonna get a season as good as this, to be honest. Unless it just stops snowing, I think you're on track for arguably the best season that a lot of us will remember. So I think some areas have been better than others, right? Like, And I guess what I see that, I mean, Utah and stuff like that has been really good. Jackson, Colorado. GT4, I'm so excited for Racing Rails to come back, plus Racing BTS. Thanks, Chen. Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm not exactly sure what the GT4 plan is, but all I know is that I think this is our last year in TCX, so I think we're going to, and I think really the only logical move up is GT4. You're not going to go GT3. It's just atrociously expensive. Even Racing Cup cars, again, is just stupid, so I think GT4 is really our only option. Oh, Sean, we're not going to be at Watkins this year, actually. It's a bummer because I love Watkins. Whistler seems to be getting less than ideal snow. Yeah, it seems like kind of most of the PNW has been a little bit less than other areas for sure. Where like last year, it seemed like the PNW actually did better in Whistler and stuff like that. So that's why I think it's all kind of just dependent. Some place, like even like Alberta and stuff, like these places have had really thin years where traditionally they've been a lot better than this. So, you know, it's just kind of what happens. But maybe next year Whistler will be the spot and Utah again will be, you know, crap or whatever. So what up, Lewis McPherson? Race breakdowns were cool here, what was going through your head, given that all decisions are like milliseconds. Yeah, it's definitely. I like it. I mean, I think it's kind of gives some insight into what we're going through as drivers and sort of how we prepare too, and when we're looking at video stuff like that. I think it'd be cool to do more like actual race scenarios and stuff like that, but yeah, the laps were cool. Alyeska is definitely in my top 5. Such a sick place. Snow conditions were super heavy at the time, and the light can be horribly flat at the top. Yeah, Alyeska is rad for sure. I wish I spent. You know, we were so focused on heli skiing when we went. The focus just was so not on the resort, but when we did ski it, I think we did like something called Christmas Tree Shoot or something, Christmas Tree Bowl, and it's like one of the steepest runs in the US and shit like that, or whatever they say. It's like 50 degrees or something, and it was a pretty legit run. But like always, we barely scratched the surface on that resort, so that would definitely be a fun. I would love to go back to Girdwood, stay at Alyeska, try to do heli skiing, ski at the resort. Like that'd be a fun 3 to 5 day ripper. I was at a snow demo Monday and told the Armada rep to check you out, man. I appreciate that, man. Gonna travel for a ski trip from tomorrow until Stoke's Farm meetup day. Let's go, dude. Damn, Nino's gonna be on the road for like a month just ripping. That's sick, man. Where are you going? You have been working out on the mountain? Not really. It's not the same. I don't really see skiing as working out, to be honest. Have you ever done a chin cran? I don't even know what a chin cran is. Chin cran? I forgot to send our daily shoots, but I'm gonna send next week. Oh, no worries, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the daily shoots. Ronald says, hey, so we're a little late to the party. Charlotte Ski Club monthly social tonight. Got some great trips planned next year. Telluride has the early lean. Nice, dude. From Charlotte to Telluride. That's a legit... That'll be fun because the town of Telluride is really great, too. So I feel like it's a good sort of destination ski place. I just got back from Saas-Fee and Murin. Had 2 10,000 vertical meter days. That is a ton of skiing. I was fortunate to see Lucas at Indy for final race. Awesome experience on the free. I can't wait to follow you all next season. Let's go. That's so sick. I love that, Jeff. That was such a great event to come to, I feel like, too, as a spectator, because Indy is just such a... It was my first time at Indy, and that was such a crazy venue to be a part of, and the fact that everyone was in the garages, so you could really get a feel for the paddock. Like, the only thing was it was freezing cold, I remember. It was like, would be 30, 40 degrees in the morning, so... Yeah, man, if you're into it, we could definitely get you back in again, so we'll just stay in touch, obviously, and if you're down... And this goes for anyone. Like, I have, I can get not everyone. I have like 8 tickets per race weekend. So if anyone's like, any members want to go to the races, like, I can get you free tickets is what I'm getting at. So. You have a specific category that you watch? I don't know what you're referring that to, Seth. Let me scroll up, see if I can decipher. Do you record your races? Was the last thing he said. Just join you own a race car. I do not own a race car. No, I do not own the race car at all. It's not my race car. Many Whistler locals are not happy with Vail Resorts. I mean, what do people want Vail Resorts to do? You got everyone from Vancouver going to ski Whistler. I mean, what is, I think it's just an easy way for people to blame someone else. It's just the nature of how nice that mountain is and where it's located. You're an hour and change from a huge city. I mean, I guess Vail could limit passes or something, but definitely have to post a race schedule because the Garage Gang needs another meetup. That would be sick. $70 today in East NO. There's still March. $70 today in East. Miracle March, Bon. Dakota with the 10. Hey guys, out at dinner for my anniversary. 9 years today. Let's go, Dakota. Congratulations, man. So no GG pick, but still to show some love. See you guys next week. Dakota, we love you, man. Thank you, dude. Congrats on 9 years, man. Keep it going. Here's to 9 more. Here's to eternity, dude. Happy anniversary. The day after Valentine's Day. Chris Vermillion, Luke's best winter ever in Steamboat Springs. There you go. Yeah, it's the best. It's a lot of people's best year. People have moved out west this year, like... I try to tell people, like, this is not necessarily normal conditions in terms of an average year. Like, this has been at least like January, like December to January was just crazy in terms of, it was just pow day after pow day after pow day. There seemed to be a little bit of a break like in Utah, but it looks like there's another 3 feet coming. So hey, Luke, no clips tonight. I was doing some slush night skiing at Blue Mountain, PA. It was awesome. I'll send you some clips in the next week's stream. Hell yeah, dude. No worries, dog. I look forward to it next week. Do you run at VIR? Yes, we will be at VIR. I think we're there in June. During your long drives, do you listen to music, podcasts, or like mostly just music, to be honest? Not really a podcast guy or audiobook guy or anything like that. How do you afford all the expensive ski tickets? I have what's called an Epic Pass and an Icon Pass. They are, you pay, I think I paid around $800 for my Epic Pass and $1,200 for my Icon Pass. And you get access to a bunch of ski resorts all over the country and into Canada and even international. So, yeah, I would not be able to afford individual ski tickets on a daily basis. So that's why they kind of presented these mega passes that you pay for, and then you have access to a bunch of different resorts. So I have never gotten, yeah, other than, I don't really think I've gotten any free tickets, to be honest. Has the Stoke chair become one of your favorite lifts to ski? It's a sweet chair for sure. I like the trees off it. It's got sweet access to like North Bowl and stuff for sure. It's fun. I will say I think Kicking Horse might be my new #1 resort to ski. So my only gripe with the only issue with Revelstoke a little bit that I found is that you're hiking into ski and you have to kind of hike out to ski. So again, I talk about lapability, farmability. The lapability of North Bowl, I think, makes it a little bit. It can be a little bit tough because you're hiking into it and you're hiking out for the most part, and then sometimes you get dumped down to Ripper Chair and you have to take 2 chairs to get back. So I think I've been trying to objectively put these together, but I do think Kicking Horse Mountain Resort is probably the sickest resort I've ever been to in terms of terrain and stuff like that. I think it is probably the gnarliest place I've been to. So well, I was trying to put the schedule in. But I don't know. I'm trying to put the race schedule in to make this easier to. Shot 15 or 16 at Snowbird Cirque. I forgot. I think shot 15, yeah. If you're asking me like which one's harder, gnarlier, or sicker, I think 15's a little bit sicker because it's kind of has a mandatory air, I think. Stoked in Kentucky tonight with you, Lucas. Love the show. Thank you, man. Wife and I are watching while we wait for our food. Let's go. What are you guys getting to eat, man? I love back squats, RDLs, belt squat, lats, and core spilling straight doing back squats as I watch. I could have a rack in my garage. There you go, Eric. I have the Tiger, man. Good for you. 2010 Winter Games put Whistler on the map like it did in 2002 at PCDV and Snow Basin. Very true. The Winter Games were up there. How many days did you do at Kicking Horse? That I only did 1 day, because then we moved east. We skied at Sunshine Village yesterday. But yeah, we had like a, I don't know if I would call it a bluebird pow day, but we got a pow day of like 8 inches, I want to say. But that was my second time there, and just the terrain there is just, I don't know. It's tough to explain. Like it's borderline psychotic that they have this stuff open to just people. Like, the stuff you can ski there is probably some of the steepest inbound skiing I've done. I mean, it's crazy. And like Revelstoke has the most vert in North America. It's like 5,700 feet of vertical or something. Revelstoke, I mean, Kicking Horse has like 4,200, I think. So, I mean, you get tons of vertical at these places. So, Luke's, you do anything special for Valentine's Day, says Chin. I did not, man. I mean, I was with my dad and my sister. They just left this morning. We skied at Sunshine Village in Banff yesterday, so that's what I did. But it was very lackluster compared to Revelstoke and Kicking Horse. Where are you going to be racing and what car? I'm going to be racing Sonoma, which is in California, New Orleans, NOLA Motorsports Park, Circuit of the Americas, which is in Austin, Texas, Virginia International Raceway, which is in Virginia, Road America, which is in Wisconsin, Sebring, which is in Florida, then Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So California, New Orleans, Texas, Virginia, Wisconsin, Florida, and Indianapolis is the schedule for this year. I'm going to be racing a BMW M2 CSR. Don't forget the Peak to Peak Gondola was officially opened in the 2009 early before the. That's right, yeah. Peak to Peak Gondola looks sweet. Isn't it like the tallest gondola or something? Tallest gondola in the country or in the world? I don't know. Where are you skiing next? I'm not exactly sure at the moment. I won't be skiing for a few days here as I head down to Florida. So. But the van's going to be up here in Calgary, so I'm debating on working my way south and doing like Panorama and Fernie and stuff like that. So, see, Whistle back in the 90s when there were two separate resorts. Nice, dude. That's crazy. That's like Park City and Canyons. Any plans to go overseas at some point? I guess there's always a plan to go at some point. I don't have anything like solidified. I'd like to do a Japan trip. Yeah, nothing. No plans. Virginia says this is a triple La Nina year, so weather snow is epically going off out west and warm East Coast. Interesting. We'll take it. We'll take as many triple La Nina years as we can get then. I'm going to start driving home. Might tune back to the stream when I get home, but if I don't, hope you have a good night. See you, Logan. Thank you, man. Drive safe. When are you going back to Snow Basin? I do not know, my friend. Good ski workout. Use the Bosu ball for balance with a 6-kilo medicine ball. Simultaneously stay low and go side to side, holding for 4 seconds on each side. Will we get a video of you skiing T1, T2? No, it was closed because of the Freeride World Tour. There was a few different competitions going on, but T1, we weren't skiing that. Are you heading to Big Sky soon? I don't know, Brandon. Do not know. Have a good night, Stoke fam. Time to go cook dinner. Good night, Brian. Thank you for the 5 gifted as always, my friend. Hey, are you still your tour of the PNW, and after, what are your plans? I'm not really in the Pacific Northwest anymore, no, but I'm still traveling and skiing around, so. But yeah, I'm up in Canada right now, so between British Columbia and Alberta. Eric with the 20 says, here's some cash towards fuel tires for the weekend. I'm sure it's enough to get you to turn 1. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate the 20, man. Fuel and tires. What up, Keomethus? Went to DV and did shoot 10 with my sister. She didn't want to do any of the more gnarly stuff, but I definitely want to try some of the ones you do when I'm back with my buddies. Love the DV content. Thanks, Robbie. Yeah, Deer Valley's sweet. All those shoots are a lot of fun. 10's great. 9 is great if you can find it. It's just in those trees in between 8 and 9. But 7's a really great one as well. And then 4 is obviously 4, which is pretty sweet. But David says your thoughts last week on our PNW snow was right on. After experiencing Utah snow this week for the first time, I get it. Seems like it stays cold all day, so Utah doesn't get melt freeze like our PNW. Yeah, I mean the snow quality is drastically different from Utah to these places. I've noticed like Revelstoke and Kicking Horse, like their snow is a lot more consistent with the Utah stuff, but the PNW snow was definitely a lot different. And I think just like you said, it just melts and freezes and all that sort of stuff too much. But yeah, there's a reason why Utah is the greatest snow on earth. It just is. It's just that good. Season 2, Episode 14, February 13, 2021. Normal day skiing jupe at PC. From Ocala. Luna build recap, gear rundown, chest protector and suspenders, zipline introduced, giveaway 2019 ARV 116 JJ King's visit for mom. Was that all in one episode? From Ocala, Luna build recap. No, those are like all different videos, aren't they, Ron? Did you ski delirium dive? No, you have to have I don't know, Avi beacon, all that sort of stuff. Looks kind of cool. I don't necessarily know why you need I don't know. It didn't seem any more gnarly than the other shit that we've skied. So I don't know exactly what the protocol was with all that stuff, but maybe they just don't patrol it, or who knows. Did the Alta shoots at Jackson the other week? Yeah, the Alta shoots are super steep. Those are definitely no joke. They're short, but they're very steep shots, for sure. Free road tour schedule at Kicking Horse tomorrow, so you know it's super gnarly and epic terrain. Yeah. Yeah, so they had T1 and T2 closed. They had Ozone closed. And then when we were there, there was little competitions going on. So there was parts of CPR Ridge that was closed as well. So yeah, it's like the 16th to the 22nd or something is like the weather window. Wait, so you are a racer? I'm newer to the channel, so I only know the skiing. Yeah, I think a lot of people who stick around for the summer, even these next few months, are gonna be surprised, because we grew, we doubled the channel here in, I don't know, 2 or 3 months. So yeah, we do a lot. We don't really ski much in the spring and the summer, to be honest. So yeah, we race cars mostly. It's like once a month, but yeah, stick around if you want, and yeah, I'll be racing this weekend. Road America was my old haunt. My old haunt. That doesn't sound like a good thing, does it? I give up skiing to ski one day with my dad. You know, Bon, I am the older I get and every day I ski with my dad, I realize how special it is to actually ski with my dad, especially as he's getting older. And you know, I don't know, it's either I'm getting better or he's getting slower, but it's just been very cool to see my like early memories with my dad of skiing with him, and then where I'm at now, you know. So it's something I'm not taking for granted anymore, and I used to get very annoyed with it, I think, as most kids would with their parents, but yeah, it was great having him up here and showing him places like Revelstoke and Kicking Horse. He loved those mountains a ton, and he was like looking to buy a condo up there and stuff. I mean, the dude is just psycho. So yeah, I hope I can have half of his passion and his ignition for life at his age, when I'm his age, because he is just that dude is gonna be skiing when he's like 90 years old. I mean, he just does not lose it. It's crazy. I mean, we were skiing all day long, no lunch, no water. Like he gets every turn he can when we're on the mountain. Look, you should check out Schweitzer, Northern Idaho. It's a huge mountain outside of Sand Point. Yeah, man, I've heard good things about Schweitzer. 217 for railroad trail kicking horse. That's crazy. They do like the weather window. That'd be nuts to be up there for 5 days and not knowing. It's like you're getting iced every morning. But yeah, that should be rad. What up, chart language? What up, Tara? I did shave. I shaved this morning. I was shaving at like 10:45. We had to check out of the hotel at 11. How are the truck stops in BC? Thoughts on Tim Hortons? Tim Hortons has been great. It's been a nice change. I like their just normal coffee. It's good. They got some cool like bagel sandwiches. It's cool. I mean, I don't think it's anything to write home about, but it's nice. I haven't done many truck stops, to be honest, because yeah, I haven't really done many truck stops, but definitely the trucking up here is pretty sick, so I might go off the grid and just become a logging truck driver. But all-in-one videos, really? I put the all-in-one video? I'll have to go check that video out. How is Tara not a Stoke Squad member? Good question, Kevin. I've been wondering the same thing. Just saw the Revel Stoke video. Looks like a great day. It was, man. It was a great day. I was a little bit scared, not gonna lie. I was scared. I thought the scariest part of that whole thing was that the chair was closing. Like, that was late in the afternoon, so I was just like, I cannot be stuck up here. And there's really no one around in that part of the mountain, so yeah, it was getting late, and so that was like, I just gotta get off of this place. But yeah, it was fun. It challenged me as a skier and all that sort of good stuff. Terry, you better be at the meetup. We can ask all the juicy questions about Lucas. What do you want to know, Chin? I'll tell you. I'll give you more truthful answers than Tara will, so. Love the vids of you skiing with your mom and dad. Yeah, that's why I love when DC submits that sort of stuff. Are you going to be doing van life summer videos this summer? Yeah, for sure. For sure. I love the van in the summer is just where it's the best. So, any hikes planned? Good question, Bon. I don't know. I need to you know, I would love to come back up here to the Canadian Rockies. I just drove up the Icefield Parkway today, and it's literally the most beautiful place I've ever been, for sure. I mean, the magnitude of these mountains is just sick, and I'd love to come back up to Jasper in the summer and stuff like that. So I gotta just kind of figure out like what, you know, I gotta, with the racing, and I know it sounds kind of whack, but I'm really, really focused on trying to play more competitive paintball, because that game is just, it's like a bong hit of adrenaline. So I just got to see how the longer trips can fit in with all that sort of stuff, but oh, I used to go around America to watch AMA, Indy, other racing. Oh, okay. Oh, it sounded like it was like some sort of nightmare place for you, Eric. That's sick. I think it's so cool that IndyCar goes there. AMA as well, but in IndyCar at Road America is one of my favorite races to watch all year, actually. Lucas, when you drive, stay down on Revy. Do you shift the gear up so you save on the brake? Would you say it's a good way to save? You know, I would say yes. In my van, it has a really good engine brake. So as soon as I start to let off the gas, the engine brake engages. So I personally, with my rig, I don't shift into lower gears. But traditionally, that is like the right way to do it. That's what they tell the truckers to do, all that sort of stuff. So I don't do it. I haven't had any issues and stuff like that. I have yeah, like I said, the engine brake or the Jake brake, whatever you want to call it, is very strong. So But yeah, you should shift into lower gears depending on your rig. Klaus Obermeyer's 103 and still skiing. So you have an F80 M3, nice. How'd you get into racing? My dad got me into racing for sure. It's all for my dad. He always had sports cars and the stuffs, but he wanted to. He kind of. I mean, it's a long sort of history and story of how I actually got to where I'm at now with racing. But the short answer is just my dad got me into it. So. My dad will be in a couple weeks, so there'll be another dad video coming out. Let's go. Dad videos unite. Luke's gonna show me how to become one. Like, if everyone else can figure it out, you can figure it out, Tara. Next episode of Ice Road Truckers, Lucas Catania, YouTube van life, attempts to drive a... Yo, I would super be down for that. I'd love to get on like an 18-speed truck or something and just start ripping up the mountains. Maybe not ripping, but yeah, I would love to drive like an actual rig. Sebring here in March, let's go. Usually that's hardcore, but then one type of docs are the chargers, usually the surgeon type, so he is one it looks like, and I'm not surprised. Yeah, I mean, it obviously has its downsides, you know. Like, I think his intensity led to my parents' marriage falling apart, you know, in a way. So I mean, it's not. But you know, he also built a business from the ground up, and like I said, there's two sides to everything. So, but he's yeah, like if his diet, I mean, I just don't think there's anyone who eats as strict as Joe does. I mean, he's I mean, he's got an eating disorder. It's just he eats so healthy that it's a disorder to the healthy side. But I don't have enough for both, but would it be better to get a GoPro Hero 11 or the GoPro Max? This is a good question that comes up quite a bit. I would say this, unless you have Adobe Premiere Pro, which is an editing program, I think it's hard to really maximize the GoPro Max. I think the GoPro Max is meant to be used in conjunction with Adobe Premiere and the plugin. I think if you're not super versed in editing, I think you would be frustrated with the Max because it does take some work to get the footage. If you want just a GoPro that's versatile, that can sort of do a lot of things and be relatively easy to use, I think the Hero 11 is the better move. But I do think for POV stuff, meaning head cam mounted footage, the Max is the best for sure. The Max is, people ask me like, oh, I just got an action camera, why can't I see the mountains in my skis? And it's just because traditional action cameras, they just don't get wide enough to do that. So that's where the Max is very good. If I had to pick, just because you can do so much with it, but I just don't think it's necessarily the best for everyone if they're not a little bit more savvy in the editing side of things. Everyone is Stevens Pass. I have not. I'm about to take a flight out there. Enjoy it, man. I've never been there. That drive to Calgary from Banff is so pretty and amazing. Yeah, it is. I just drove from Banff to Calgary, but man, it's nuts. And I don't know if people have been. It's like 93 north. It's basically brings you from like Lake Louise up to Jasper National Park. It's called the Icefield Parkway. That is the most incredible drive I've ever done. It's very gnarly. Beautiful though. Good night, So Squad. It's 3:59 here in Finland. Good night, Alan. Thank you for answering the question about the engine brake. I just learned about it recently. Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's kind of all rig dependent. I know some rigs, like, you actually have to engage it. Like, I know on our race hauler, like, you actually have to flip a switch to engage the engine brake. But my Sprinter does a really great job. I mean, it'll even do it if I'm not on a hill. Like, as soon as I let off the gas, like, I can feel the engine brake sort of take in. So I also just realized this is my first time I'm using Starlink in Canada. So I've never used Starlink in another country, and it seems to be working pretty fire. You ever race at Pocono, says Bond. You know, I've not raced at Pocono. I have not done Pocono. Nope. That's epic. Your dad sounds. That's epic. Your dad sounds. That's such a sick car to race. You said you're trying to get more into paintball. That could be some sick content. Yeah, paintball was a huge part of my life. That was kind of like my first real thing that showed me what passion was. That was like what really crafted my childhood and early impressionable teenage years. So yeah, I think the intensity that paintball has, and not like the woods paintball, but like the really fast-paced paintball, I feel like it was, yeah, it's just the best sport for me because of just how intense it is. But I got out of it because all the leagues essentially disintegrated back in the day, and at the time I was 13, 14 years old, 15, so didn't have any money, couldn't drive, and so I just got out of it, went to college, went to grad school, all that sort of stuff. Then when I came here to Utah, I was just like, wait a second, like there might actually be some paintball again. So I ended up buying all my stuff back, and was like, so I've been playing more recently, but I didn't play much last year, but I really want to get back into it. Have you ever skied Bel Air? It's a curved mountain, but still. I've not, Melissa. I've not skied there. Made the stream. What up, squad? What up, Lucas? What up, Roberto? Have you seen the Magic JULs that just came out? Tanner Hall ski, 124 underfoot. Thing looks like it's just a fatter JJ. Rigs are all automatic anymore. Group of 13 speed, split rear and transmission. Really need to be in tune with the truck. Yeah, I think. Yeah, you can still find a good amount of manuals now, but they're definitely trending more automatic. But I think a lot of truckers prefer the manual, for sure. 13-speed split rear engine. Those are sick. Isn't that like where you have to? Because we had a 13-speed race hauler before, and I remember they had to you had to transfer it. Because once you got to like 6th gear or something, you had to transfer it over so you could unlock like the top end of the transmission. It was something crazy like that. I don't know. I never drove it, but it looked pretty wild. Two types of docs. One type eats super healthy because they've seen all his patients, and the second who's seen all eats whatever. Yeah, very true. Yeah, I think my dad is definitely the first. He's seen all the heart diseases and everything like that. And pretty sure in the U.S. exhaust brakes on big rigs aren't legal in most C11s. See, I've never understood why they're not. I mean, they don't want people to use them, but I don't know why. Like they say, it's going to be a lot louder when a rig crashes through your living room than just letting them use their engine brake. I know why they're saying not to. It's loud and noisy, but I feel like it's a safety thing. Isaiah member for 12 months. Thank you, man. Finally hit a year. Chris says, I'm hyped to see you pick it back up. How do you like Silverton in Colorado? Did you see they're getting a second lift? I never skied the resort there or the mountain. I just did cat skiing outside, but I did not see that. Did not see that. What am I trying to do here? I got some people sending clips. See if they work. I'm getting hungry. No. First clip from Isaiah, 1 of 4. Dude, looks like a nice double drop into some deep snow. 1, 2. Crushed it, dude. Ooh, that looks good. That looks good. I think we got another one. Clip number 2 of 4 from Isaiah. Oh, is it not going to play? Oh, here we go. What? Why did it do this? Let's see if it goes. Oh. Dude, that's a big drop, but why is it not playing? Let me see if I play another one. Isaiah 3 of 4. Nice. Dude, then it pauses. Well, at least you can see the drop. Four of 4. Yeah, he did land it. Why does it do this? This is weird. Nice. Another sick freeze frame. Oh, wait, we got that one. What's this one? Oh, that's from last week. All right, let's see how much we can play this one. This is from DC. How a detachable ski lift works. Where's my volume? Super cool angles, dude. Dude, I feel like I have like a claustrophobia fear watching those, like getting stuck in there. See, now it resets. What? Patrick says, how you playing the videos you program? I'm loading them into Streamlabs. I'm able to avoid the freezing if you window capture rather than load them in. You know, I probably could. I could just share my screen and we could watch them that way, I think. Let me try one more. Yeah, see, it's not working. Okay. Let me just say I try this. Here's a clip from Tommy from Mammoth, I think. Nice. Can I play it again? It's a big cliff. That's a big cliff. And you stuck it. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I think this is why cameras don't do it justice, but like look at where you're landing. I hope that worked, or else I was just talking to myself. I've always had... Oh, wait. Shit. Ron with the 20. Church of Stoke, coffee, bacon, yogurt, paintball. We are 10 days till PCMR. Can hardly stand it. Already started packing. Let's go, Ron. Thank you for the 20, man. Coffee, bacon, yogurt. 10 days until PCMR, dude. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to hear about it. I like your emojis that you used. And Chris with the 20, driving back from Mammoth. 4 inches of freshness. Just enough, dude. Chris, you are crushing those Mammoth days, man. I had more, but they're just not downloading. You need a flat tire. What happens if you do? That's a good question. Yeah, what happens if you do get a flat tire? You load them all up in the browser to a browser capturing the future. I see. It was a big drop. It worked nice. Like the M free skis. Want to try those Dynastar M free skis. Yeah, those do look like pretty rad skis. I do like the top sheet on them, which at the end of the day is the most important thing about a ski anyway, so. Yeah, the new Magic JULs came out. They're a 124 underfoot, Tanner Hall's ski. Maybe we add them to the quiver to have a 121, a 124, and a 133. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't use those. What up, Brennan? What got you into racing? My dad got me into racing. And other than that, it is an extreme adrenaline rush, so that's what kept me into it. Just got some 2021 JJs from Colorado. I headed to Salt Lake tomorrow to test them out. Nice. Are those like the purplish ones? Oh, those are the 2022s. Trying to see what they look like. Can't find them. But enjoy them. I miss everything. Is it a race this weekend? It is not a race, but we are driving race cars. It would be what you would call a test or a practice. But we are testing for the race in about a month or so. 6 weeks. Oh. I can try to load them up. Honestly, if I receive the clips or the stuff too far in advance, I end up forgetting about it. Let me see here. I am not. I am not in Park City right now. Would those be called a Stoke marble? I don't know. I don't know if we can ever. I don't know. The Stoke might only be reserved for Armada skis. But yeah, Stoke marble, that'd be pretty good. Oh, this is from Matt Edwards. He did his first double black. Let me see here. First ever double black diamonds for Matt, which is a huge achievement, accomplishment. So Matt, congratulations, man. This is looking down, that's, oh, Rhino, okay. That's Pinecone Ridge. I was going to say Scott's, but maybe Rhino. Somewhere off Jupiter. We'll save that one. West Face, he's got the sign. This looks like Blue Slip. And then he sent me, I think this is a Fat Maps report. West face showing 627 feet of vertical, 33-degree pitch max. Oh, that's cool. It's got like a little gauge up there. Oh, it can hit 45 degrees in some areas. Ish. 40 maybe. Matt, congratulations, dude. That's a huge accomplishment, man. Especially to go up to some of these ones, like Scott's and Blue Slip, all that sort of stuff. Looks like people have been hiking Pinecone. That's a gnarly little boot pack. Let's go, Matt. Congrats, dude. $133s, you're damn near back to Shane McConkie and the water skis. Yeah, they kind of feel like it, but I will say, I can't wait till I can use them again. Ski some POW. A fully rockered 133 reverse side cut ski. It's like stupid. Graphic is cool, not as cool as the Elks, but there's a little bird, mostly purplish and gray. Okay. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not that stoked on the next year's lineup. To be honest, I feel like I might just be keeping my setup right now because I don't dig the top sheets. Rip Saucer Boy, McConkie was the man. Today's National Flag Day for Canada. Let's go. I didn't know that. February 15th, National Flag Day. Matt says the first few ever. That's a huge deal, man. Many people don't ever even get to double black diamonds, so give yourself a pat on the back because that is great, dude. That was all Park City, Brennan. That was all up at Jupiter, and then Blue Slips kind of off Thanes and Pioneer, stuff like that. But where do I send my clip from Luke R? You can either send it to my Instagram or you can email me, Lucas at Lucas Catania. Oh, why can't I type in this one? You can email me clips there. Or you can DM me on Instagram. There you go. Send clips there. It's easy to see all the rippers who have been doing this a long time make it look easy, but double blacks are usually, no joke, great accomplishment. Absolutely, Cody. Hit it on the head, man. Especially, I feel like in this day and age, all you see is just like people doing insane crap, you know, like on dropping cliffs, hucking this, hucking that. So I think it takes away from what traditionally is very good, advanced and expert skiing. So hell, even if you're doing blues, if you're doing blacks, whatever you're doing, it's all great. Ray Johnson with the 10. Looking forward to the racing great stuff at Revel Stoke. Peace and blessings. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate that, my friend. All skis are Stoke skis when you get to slay the mountains. Very true. They're all Stoke swords, we'll put it that way. Next year's ARVs look like minions. They do. That's a good way to put it, with the eye thing connecting the skis. I mean, they're dope. I'm sure they're rad. But man, it's hard to beat just like some really beautiful artwork. At the shop today grabbing a new helmet. Had my eye on some J's video in the Midwest. They were more useful. I would have done it. Yeah, it's true. I think, yeah. Unless you're in an area where you need a 116, it's probably not the most practical ski to have. But the 106 you might be able to get away with. I used that ski yesterday. That ski was really, really solid for the conditions, but Justin Can't wait for the Race Stoke LFG. What up, Justin? What up, Jesse? Oh my god, it's Justin. Ronald says, I've heard of Alex Ferrar's alter ego hot dog. Yeah. Yeah, where he dresses up as the old guy and whatnot, and just goes and tears up the park. Yeah, that's hilarious, especially when it first came out and people were like, "What the heck?" Like, I think now the secret's out, but yeah, he does a really great job with the videos. How do you see run difficulty change mountain to mountain? That's a good question. I think that's a hard question to answer. I think runs are pretty consistent when you get up to black diamond, greens, blues, blacks. I feel like for the most part across resorts they're pretty consistently rated. But I think when you get to double black, it's kind of just saying at this point like this is all just expert only terrain, and it's all, you know, a double black diamond. I just feel like there's greater variety in the challenge of a double black diamond. You know, you could get some double blacks that, I'm trying to think of like an example. I don't know. I mean, the more I ski, right, I think some of the double blacks, let's say at, oh man, hell, whatever. This is just an example, but I think, like, let's say the double blacks at Jupiter, right? You compare those double blacks to a double black at Snowbird, Big Sky, or, you know, Kicking Horse or whatever. Like, they can be very different. So I think for the most part, the run difficulty is about the same until you get to the double black diamond area. Then at that point, it's like expert only. You're kind of, yeah, approach at your own risk and stuff like that. So that's what I've noticed, at least. But like, for example, Alta doesn't even do double blacks. They just do black diamond. So it might be a little misleading. And like Big Sky, they do triple blacks, but I think a triple black is just like a double black on steroids, you know? So it's kind of like, I don't know. I think once you get to that double black diamond area, you just have to be kind of, you're sort of accepting the risk of what you're going into. It's kind of the point of them. When are you going to go to Schweitzer in Idaho? From Matthew Van Leuven. I'm not sure, man. I might make it down there. I got to figure out my exit strategy from Canada. This is a very, very interesting way of doing a slope angle, dude. Devin sent me this. What did he say? I have a picture somewhere on indicator that's more than 45 degrees. So you took a photo, and then you went to straighten it, and just found the angle that it took to straighten it? Hell, man. I guess that would work. That's cool. Yeah, it would be cool to see sort of like a... it would be cool to see a map of the pitch up at Jupiter and whatever, at any resort, to see like a very detailed pitch angle of these different places. Because a lot of times when you drop in, it's very steep, right? Then it might mellow out, but it would be cool to get a... because I feel like a lot of times people are throwing these numbers around. It's like we don't really know exactly how steep some of these runs are, and I think it would put it in perspective too. I'm unsure if that is exactly scientific. I agree, Chin. I don't know the accuracy of that method, but I do think it's a cool idea. Son did his first board slide on a rail yesterday afterwards, just kept yelling, "Let's go." That's all you can say in that situation, Jesse. Lucas, I sent another vid if you get bored from Noah. Damn, my phone's about to die. Have you ever considered a goal of skiing every month of the year? To be year round, and between you and I love skiing, but I honestly don't love skiing that much to be skiing all the time. I think like I said, what makes it fun is the fact that it's only here a few months of the year. I mean, in our case, it's probably 5 or 6 months, but yeah, I think having some break, I think having a break is good, and what keeps skiing fresh. So I never really wanted to ski like year round like that. What am I trying to do here? This is why I love Elta's rating. What's more difficult than most difficult? Exactly. They're kind of like, look, it says most difficult. We don't need another one that says most difficult, experts only, or whatever. But it's good. I mean, I do think a lot of times if people see an expert only sign double black, like I think, it might tailor some people down a little bit. But just don't forget to be back for the meetup. Be weird without you. Nah, you guys can do the meetup. I'll definitely be back for that, man. I turned my computer sideways. Kicking horse on 95 lands you straight into Sandpoint, Idaho. Stangle, the 999 mane and tail fun. Keep doing you, man. I like the jacket. Thank you. Yeah, this is one of my favorite little winter additions this year. It's my reversible Armada jacket. I can go camo, or I can go black with a hint of camo. I don't know if this is too loud or not. Dude, was that like buffer that I just saw? Why did they have that in the plane? Dude, I don't know if I'd ever want to go skydiving. This is sick, dude. Dude, that was dope. Dude, well, my question is, what is going on there? Why is that in the plane? You passed this place driving into Moab. Right there. That's how I recognized it. Dude, what? Dude, that's sick, man, but good on you for doing that. I don't know. Too much of anything breeds contempt. This is from Luke Renicky. We got a little park shredder in here. To go to the 4 talking about lighter, check your DMs. We got a pick. Perfect. Dude, nice clip, Luke. Hell yeah, dude. You made it right to the end of the tube, too. Good for you, dude. Nice, dude. Thanks for sending this in, Luke. I'd love to see it. I wish I could slide a tube like that. Palisades are a couple runs with a skull on the side. Obviously, it scares more than the actual run. There may or may not be a GG pick. It's a back massager. What's your favorite discipline of car racing? I like sports car racing, really. Road racing, I would say, is a general thing. I love Formula 1. That's probably like, of all the things I follow Formula 1 very closely. But yeah, I'm definitely like a road racer. Over like, was still the Cup car platform. It was a very manual car to drive, literally and figuratively. But then the recent Cup cars are really just a beast to drive. I used to drive a Cayman that was really built out. That was really, really sick. But you can't really beat anything that's factory from Porsche Motorsports. I was looking up at Storm King off Chair 6. I was looking up at Storm King off Chair 6 from intermediate run at Crystal last Saturday. I almost had a panic attack. Imagine you hitting that chute. Mad respect for you, Lucas. Thanks, Ken. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think it's different when you can see it in person. But that was fun. That was definitely one of the gnarlier shoots I've done this year. Don't exactly know why we did it, but we did it. But yeah, that was fun. But there's a lot of good options off that if you wanted a more mellow run off Storm King. I think there's a lot of options, so you don't have to do the pinball shoot. Not sure about skydiving either. Height is no friend of mine unless we're skiing and I need gravity. Yeah, I don't know how I'd feel looking out of that plane. Just watched the Revy video. You in Revy for a bit or moving on quick? Yeah, I am no longer in Stoke. I was there for probably about 4 or 5 days, but I'm not there at the moment. Scott's Thoughts Podcast. Thoughts on Hot Dog Hans? I think he's funny. I like what he's doing. It's original. Or maybe it's not original, the opposite of original. Whatever, it hasn't really been done before. It's cool. Your stomach drops for about 2 seconds, and once your eyes roll over, adrenaline after that. I don't know. It just feels like the consequences are really high. Like, if something goes wrong, like, I just feel like you're kind of screwed. Damn, the garage got an upgrade, dude. Dakota redid the garage. I saw a video on Reddit somewhere in Europe of bungee jumping. Anyone with money and cojones can do it. You put those park routes in line. No bungee jumping either. Doesn't seem like it'll be good for your body and get a whiplash. We have the gang. I'm gonna hide myself. Paraphernalia is still there. Great observation. Great observation, Chin. That's Pharaoh's casa? Oh, that's why Pharaoh's in front. Let's go, dude. That's a high-end upgrade. Dude, this is legendary. We gotta get some details in here. Where are them Crocs at? Yeah, we want to see the Crocs, Pablo. Pablo looking fine, dude. We got some paraphernalia. That's some good looking paraphernalia. It's a lot cleaner. I take it this is Matt over here. Are they picking my nose? I think they are picking my nose. There's Dakota and the missus. 9-year anniversary. Dude, this is great. Even on Dakota's 9-year anniversary. They make it so they get a garage gang photo. That's pretty epic. That is pretty freaking epic. How close does Pharaoh... How close do you live from Dakota and stuff like that? Yeah, I think Dakota... Does Dakota have Crocs on? I think Dakota has Crocs on. He's stealing Pablo's Croc game. Their paraphernalia doesn't get the abuse the garage ones do. That's why I say they picked the winner. Legendary, dude. Right next door? No way. Next door to each other. That is sick. Ron says, like the American flag backdrop. So do I. That's dope. They got a Garage King pick even with the anniversary dinner. This was last week's. Matt's wearing skin socks. I gotta get me some skin socks. You'll wear Crocs to dinner, Woody. I wouldn't put it past Dakota. Nine years will do that too. Oh man. Well, I fly out of Calgary at 6:30 in the morning, so I think I need to get to the airport at like 4. I'm probably gonna sleep at the airport tonight. That'd make the most sense. I need to pack. Mark Adams with the 20 pinball at Crystal, and that whole Crystal Mountain episode is my favorite ever. Keep up the great work and thank you. I'm stoked you like it. That was, I think, definitely one of the best episodes from a production standpoint that we put out this year. And the pinball shoot was just sort of the icing on the cake. So thank you for the 20, Mark. Stoked you enjoyed it, my friend. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. I was just trying to figure out where the heck the airport is from where I'm at. But I'll see you guys. I got some more episodes coming out from British Columbia and skiing, so there'll still be some skiing stuff coming out. So, but yeah, I did laundry in Revelstoke, so I got a nice batch of clean clothes for this stuff. So I'll see you guys